When life happens, Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up next, it's Open Line, so pick up the phone and let us know what's on your mind. Let's chat about whatever. Talk Today is next on Radio Cayman, 50 years strong. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Well, I'll be hanging out here for the next couple of hours. And thank you for hanging with me. I hope you're having a good day. You know, we're at the midweek point here. And I guess you might say Wednesday is a sort of day of hope. You know, you're midway through the week, and you know, it looks like you're going to wrap things up successfully, right? You know, it's a day of moving forward. Yeah, that's how we should look at it, I guess. I hope things are going well for you. I'm all alone here in the studio, you know, all by my lonesome. Yeah, so it's open line. You can make it your show. You're welcome to pick up the phone and give me a call. You know, we can chat about just about anything you got on your mind. You got something you want to complain about, something you just want to get off your chest. Maybe you want to give us some positive vibes. You know, maybe you saw somebody doing something good, and you know, you just whatever you want to talk about here in our community. The numbers to call 1-800-534-8255, 949-8037, also 949-6990. And WhatsApp, you can get us on WhatsApp 925-3261. And let's see what is happening around the place anyway. Parliament is going to be meeting in 2 weeks' time, and looking at the agenda, well, there doesn't seem to be any real earth-shattering bills coming before the House. I guess the most significant bill is the Parliamentary Management Amendment Bill. Sometimes these titles, you know, it's the title doesn't really tell you exactly what's in the bill, right? Yes, but the Parliamentary Management Amendment Bill, that's the bill that's going to, when it's passed and becomes law, that will put in place, you know, a formal office of the opposition with funding to operate it. And really, that's a good thing. It's something that will advance our parliamentary system here in the Cayman Islands, because the opposition, whoever that will be at any one given time, you know, they're going to have you know, official facilities from which to operate, and it goes beyond the traditional district MP office or party headquarters. And of course, in our Westminster adversarial style of government, the opposition plays a very important role. It holds the government to account. The government may come with something, and they will question it. That's what they're there to do. Question the moves of the government, and let the government justify what they're doing instead of just coming and say, this is what we're going to do. The opposition can make the government make their case, right, for what it is that they want to do. There's also a bill being moved by Bontown West MP Chris Saunders titled Development and Planning Amendment Bill 2026. And I must say, I tried reading that, and honestly, I couldn't get my mind around it. Something to do with a presumption of planning permission, in line with the current development plan on Grand Cayman with planning policy for the Sister Islands. So you'll have to tune into Radio Cayman when he presents that and explains it in full. Of course, Radio Cayman will be giving you full coverage of the proceedings of this meeting, and of course, there's going to be question time. And sometimes that's when you listen to these broadcasts of the proceedings in Parliament, question time can be the most interesting, right? Because sometimes it really brings to a point something that the government has to explain, and so that's another important role of the opposition right there, to get the government to explain certain things. And of course, this meeting on the 29th of April, this is the last meeting of the 2025-2026 session. So that's going to bring the session to a close, and then we'll later this year go into a new session. And wow, already a year has gone by, or almost a year. Yeah, almost a year. We're almost there since the last election that gave us our present government. Let's take a little break. Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Sports. Stay up to date on your sports news with Radio Cayman Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. It's all about sports.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And it is open line, so your calls are welcome. We can talk about a variety of things, maybe you want to talk about the upcoming parliamentary meeting. But whatever you'd like to talk about, we can do it. Almost anything. Yeah, I got to put that caveat in there. Almost anything. But yeah, just before we went to the break there, I was saying, just a year is almost gone since the election. A year ago, I didn't have to worry about guests, right? Almost every day, I had a studio full of political hopefuls vying for a seat in Parliament. And the whole place would be full here. That was when we had the round table, and that would be, every seat would be taken with politicians, trying to get their message out as the election day grew nearer and nearer, and it was a fun time. So it's almost a year. How do you feel that year has been for you under the governance of the National Coalition for Caymanians, the NCFC government? Has it been for your betterment? Do you feel the country is being well run? After a year, let's call it a year. We're not they were sworn in early May. How have things been? How do you think the Cayman Islands has been under this coalition government that we have now, the National Coalition for Caymanians? Have they moved with for the betterment of Caymanians, as their name implies? Maybe you see some things that should have been done better. But how was your life? Because when you come right down to it, regardless of what governments do, it really is what happens in our daily lives that counts, right? We can talk about all kind of different policies, this and policies and that, but at the end of the day, it's are you able to put food on the table for your family? Have you got a roof over your head? Are you able to make enough money to keep the lights on, keep the water flowing, and have a little bit left over maybe to put aside for a rainy day? Because those rainy days come, right? It's one thing to just make ends meet, but to be able to have a little something left over to be able to put aside, that's also a very important part of when we talk about the cost of living and having enough of an income to live comfortably. And the pension is there, but that's not going to be able. You're not going to be able to touch that for some time unless you got. There's a couple of exceptions, I think, but being able to save money is always an important thing in anyone's life, because if you're just going, day to day and just paying the bills, a time comes when you hit that crunch, and you need to reach for some extra cash. And if you're not able to do that in your life, things can end up in a bad way. And a lot of studies have been made in the States about people being able to save money, and a lot of people aren't able to really save significant amounts of money out of their monthly, weekly paycheck. Although you'll hear advisors say, well, you have to, that's the first thing you take out. You take out 10% and put it aside. And then you make whatever is left over after that stretch to pay the daily bills. You live according to what your means are after that 10%. But that can be tough. Takes a lot of discipline, and if you don't have those the means of doing that, the discipline to do it, it can be a rough time. And of course, the cost of living, and not just in Cayman, because we hear about people crying about the cost of living even in the U.S., which when we look at them, we think that it is so much cheaper in the U.S., and compared to Cayman, it is. But all things are relative, right? Salaries are relative, and in the U.S. now there's this new word. I don't know if it's new, but it's a buzzword: affordability. That's what they call being able to make ends meet. Affordability. And people say, they're not able to live the way that they believe they should. But how are things here for you? So let me hear from you. How has it been under this new? Well, it's not new anymore. The current government. And speaking of the current government, all you West Bayers, there's going to be a public meeting. And it's a joint meeting of all the West Bay MPs, and they're going to be discussing recent developments, upcoming projects, important issues involving the District of West Bay. And this is be your opportunity to speak directly to your representatives at this meeting. You can discuss issues that are affecting you, and you can put forward your ideas and suggestions as to how to make West Bay better, make the country better. And that's going to happen on April 20th, and it's at 7 p.m. at the Shirley Kidd Hall at the Sir John A. Cumber Primary School. So you can mark that date down. 7 p.m., April 20th, at the Shirley Kidd Hall at the John A. Cumber Primary School. And, of course, those kind of meetings are probably one of the most important ways that politicians, the government, can communicate with people, go straight into the districts and into the neighborhoods and talk to people, find out how they feel, because in 2026, it's not the same kind of situation that we have, say, even 15, 20 years ago. Being able to reach politicians, especially those in cabinet. It's not as easy as it used to be, back in the day. They're more busy, you're more busy, and if you can have a time when there is actually a meeting in the district, that is a good place for people to exchange ideas, let politicians know what are your concerns, and to get them publicly to commit to doing something about it, and because you're there at a meeting, right? And people are going to remember what was said and promised at those meetings. So make sure and go out and make your voice heard, and that's in West Bay. And of course, the opposition is doing the same thing. They're having a listening tour. They are having meetings all across the island, and let's see, they're got a little got a little blurb there from Roy McTaggart. Yeah, I clicked on the link there. So they're having one April 16th, Seafarers Hall on Victory Avenue, and that's from 7 to 9. That's on the 16th. So the politicians are getting out and meeting people in the district, and that's a good thing. But what's happening with you? What's happening? How do you think the government is doing after almost 1 year in office? And particularly, has your life gotten better than it was a year ago, or has it gotten worse? What do you think about some of the things that the government has done over the past year or so? Are you pleased with the laws that they've put in place, the immigration laws? Pick up the phone and let me know. Because it's believe me, they listen to these shows, and they hear people saying certain things. If the conversation is going in a certain direction, they take note. And you voice your opinion here on this show or OC shows, Kathy's shows. Politicians will take note, because believe me, they do listen. We're coming up on another break here, so pick up the phone and give me a shout. 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flow 949-8037. You can also reach me at 949-6990 or WhatsApp 925-3261. I'll be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
This April, the Cayman Islands come alive. Capella Music Festival 2026 takes over Camana Bay Saturday, April 25th. T.I.
Ready to the checker flag, ready through the red light.
Robin Thicke.
We got the magic.
Insomnia, Walshy Fire, Problem Child, Spencer Crandall, Nicotine Dolls, Ziggy Ziegler, DJ Stax, and more from 12 p.m. to midnight. Get your tickets now at CapellaMusicFestival.com.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Attention all farmers, importers, exporters, and valued customers. The Department of Agriculture made an important upgrade to better serve you. Effective immediately, their main reception will be accepting card payments only for key services such as rabies vaccinations, import and export permits, farmers' ID cards, animal adoptions, and processing. No cash payments will be accepted for these services at reception. This change will provide a more efficient service for everyone. So, remember to bring your debit or credit card when visiting the Department of Agriculture. For more information, call 947-3090.
Radio Cayman News.
A second man has been charged in connection with the armed robbery.
The sitting will be the final meeting of the current parliamentary year.
We're filing a motion to ask government to consider a fuel rebate.
The exhibition celebrates Cayman Brack's historic homes and landmarks through local art.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
7 days a week. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we have a WhatsApp caller with us. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm enjoying the beautiful weather. We've been blessed actually from the time the year came in.
Yeah.
You know, and even from the ending of the year, like
I'm getting some noise on your phone. Are you rubbing again? Are you hitting something or?
No, sir, not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't know if it's static or what, but
you're not hearing me, sir?
Okay, that's better. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I was saying from maybe October last year that we've been having wonderful weather, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we're blessed in Cayman Islands, and those of us that are here that's enjoying it, just enjoy it and live with us. Don't live against us.
I think Cayman is blessed, overall blessed, not just with weather, but I think we're blessed in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was listening to the announcements today with Mr. O.C. that the Progressive, they're having meetings in Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm hearing that West Bay is having meetings in Georgetown. And
I don't know about West Bay having meetings in Georgetown, but I know the West Bay MPs are.
No. The West Bay is having their meeting in West Bay.
Yeah.
And the Progressives are having a meeting in Georgetown.
Yeah, the seafarers.
That area. But I was saying that some friends of mine are telling me that East End and North Side don't need to have any meetings. Just drive through there. They say actions speak louder than words, and it seems like
yeah.
North Side and East End don't need no meetings. You can see, but I'm wondering what happened to us in Boardingtown. I'm not hearing nothing from the East at all. Boardingtown come down. I'm not hearing no meetings, no updates or anything. So I was just wondering, and then you asked the question how do the present government, how we think about them. Well, my thoughts on them are very great, very, very great. They're doing good things, and I'm just praying that they all keep it up and do not be change people, companies, organizations, change them and get too friendly with the organizations and the companies that will break them down. But so far, congratulations and keep it up in all areas of this government. That is me and my opinion only.
Do you feel like you are better off now, a year later?
I see more progress.
Okay.
I see more progress. So I mean, I'm old now and I'm in the departure lounge, so. But what I'm saying is that what I'm seeing and I'm hearing is good news, and I'm just praying that they all keep it up and work together, the opposition and the government. That is what makes a country stable and formed. To me, we are all Caymanians and we're all in one boat. So let's don't fight each other, throw some overboard and go with the rest, because we're all one big family. So thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for the call and thanks for your input.
Yes, sir.
You take care. We have another caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Mr. Cello.
Yeah.
Boy, I still can't get my voice to sound like that guy really with that introduction, that special introduction that he has. I can't pick that
poet.
up when I'm calling you. Yeah, Cello, I heard you mention this morning about Wednesday. Well, I remember when I was out in the sun. Every day is a beautiful day, sweet day. But when I hit Wednesday in the middle of the week, that was so inspirational for me, If I make it this far, I can finish 4 to 5 hours. I was so inspired to finish 4 to 5 hours. And because I really believe that 4 to 5 hours, out there especially, man shouldn't work no more than 4 to 5 hours out there, unless he's inside or something,
Yeah. I mean, some people say 40, right?
Yeah, even 40 is good. What we go through out there, Jalo, at times I think about my brethren, because I still have brethren out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the situation that the island is in today with so much cheap wages and things like that. And construction should be one of the highest paying jobs in Cayman right now, I tell you.
But isn't there some good money to be made in construction?
Well, Chalo, let's put it this way. To stand a chance in construction today, if you got a little thing going for yourself, you stand a chance. And you can pick up some good contracts and things if you have like heavy equipment. Or
But what about being skilled, being a carpenter or a mason?
Well, Chalo, right now, I can only believe now. I don't think this has changed in 7 years that I left out there. Carpenters not making no money out there, Chalo.
Why is that?
Not making no money out there, my friend, and don't talk about the helpers.
No, but why you say carpenters don't make much money?
$12 an hour. $12 an hour, my friend. And let me tell you, man, why I see them man go through this slave robot, because you're on the permit and things. So you have to work for it. You're not getting no overtime. You don't get no benefits that government say you're supposed to get. I know what's going on out there. I don't want to go no further on that, Charlie. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was a good thing for me when my doctor told me to have a rest, Yeah, and then after that, she said, chances are you're going to have to stop work because of the heart,
Yeah.
So even though I feel good now. My body is still not what it used to be, Charlo, after 50 odd years.
Oh, yeah.
Hard work out there.
Well, if you work in construction, that's hard on the body.
But I really miss it. Although I miss the workout. I miss the workout, man. I have to tell you, I miss the workout because the way I have on now, I do like that. I do like that to you. But
well, listen, I got to get another call in here before the news. Someone else is waiting.
Yeah, man. Have a good afternoon, my brethren.
Yeah, you have a good afternoon, too. Take care of yourself.
Cool.
And let's see what this caller has on their mind. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charles, and to everyone.
Hi there, Raymond.
Yes, sir. Okay, and remember, I think about 2 weeks ago, I talked about how everybody was going to feel the impact from what's happening up there with the war, prices going up with everything. Yes, exactly so. That's what's happening. And Cayman Brack, the gasoline price going up to $6.24, and the diesel going up to $7.05. The diesel had a significant increase, and diesel is a product that costs much less to refine from the crude oil to make it than the gasoline product, and the diesel is much higher, way much higher than the gasoline. Diesel was always sold as a cheaper product many places over the world, but in the Cayman Islands, diesel have been selling for higher than the gasoline. And the other
remember when diesel was the cheap one?
Pardon?
Remember when diesel was the cheap fuel?
Yes, correct. Yeah, I've been in the equipment business for 36 years, and I'm a consumer of diesel, and that's a big impact on my survival.
I mean, all of a sudden, diesel became the most expensive fuel.
Yes, that's correct. The diesel is the most expensive right now, way higher than gasoline.
Yeah.
And there's another tanker arriving Grand Cayman in 2 days' time. Her name is the Boxer. She's bringing gasoline and diesel. Again, she's coming from Dominican Republic. I'm not sure where it was loaded, whether it was in Houston, Corpus Christi, or St. Croix, but another shipment will be in there in 2 days. And remember, I talked about the big increase in the traffic around the Cayman Islands, with all the tankers coming to get oil from United States, carrying it back. Well,
where are they taking that, to Asia?
China, Korea, Japan, Thailand, every Far Eastern country is getting the oil. Right now, to the north of Grand Cayman is China's biggest tanker, passing 25 miles north of Grand Cayman. And at 2:30 p.m., southwest of Grand Cayman, China's biggest tanker will be passing there. So if anyone is around Southwest Point, you may see this giant tanker out there on the horizon from 2 o'clock to 2:30. And the name is New Wealth. And the new other one is passing to the north of Grand Cayman now.
So normally they would have gone to the Middle East to pick up oil.
Yeah, to the Middle East or Brazil or West Africa, but mostly to the Middle East. So on Saturday we had the world's biggest tanker pass north of Grand Cayman. Last night we had the world's biggest tanker pass north of Grand Cayman, between that and Little Cayman. And to the southwest of Grand Cayman now is the world's biggest tanker. Again, they're all the same size at 1,115 feet long by 196 feet wide. And they're all at full speed, going to Corpus Christi to load crude oil back for Taiwan and China, mainland China, Japan and Korea, Thailand. Like I said, it has never been anything like it in history of the world for the world's biggest tankers in the Western Hemisphere.
Well, Raymond,
Green here in Brazil.
Raymond, I got to thank you for that report, but I got to go to the news.
Yes, okay, and I have something else. I'll come back to you later.
All right, you take care. Thanks for the update. It's 1 o'clock. Let's check in with the newsroom.
Covering Little Cayman, Cayman Brack.
Cover me, cover for me.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Cayman Islands Breast Cancer Foundation will welcome internationally recognized author and breast cancer survivor Christine Handy as VIP guest at the second annual Beyond the Scar fashion show. The event will be held May 16th at Hotel Indigo in Grand Cayman. In an April 13th release, organizers said the show celebrates strength and beauty while raising awareness for those affected by breast cancer in Cayman. Handy, author of Walk Beside Me, will share her personal journey of survival and faith. In international news, Israel's Security Cabinet meets today to discuss a possible Lebanon ceasefire, more than 6 weeks into its war with Hezbollah. The conflict began March 2nd when Hezbollah opened fire in support of Iran and has killed more than 2,000 people in Lebanon and displaced 1.2 million from their homes, according to Lebanese authorities. In other news, Britain is launching a 12-week consultation on widening a planned ban on workplace gagging orders. The government is considering extending restrictions on non-disclosure agreements to cover agency workers and the self-employed, not just permanent staff. In a statement today, Employment Rights Minister Kate Dearden said no one should, quote, suffer in silence over harassment, discrimination, or abuse. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Holroy Eric Lorenzo Walton, born on August 13, 1936 in Bogasan, Cayman Brac, was not only an avid artist and seaman, affectionately named Roy. He also made significant impacts in the construction industry, founding H&A Construction in 1972 and working on landmark projects. He was also a passionate educator, hosting free art classes for children and fostering creativity through an annual art competition at Spot Bay Primary School. Roy and his wife Anne were dedicated to preserving the heritage of the Sister Islands, designing the lighthouse statue at the Cayman Brac and Little Cayman's Seamen's Center. Roy's efforts in collecting and displaying seafaring history ensured that the stories of Caymanian seafarers would be passed down to future generations. His life's work continues to resonate with the community and beyond.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Radio Cayman celebrating 50 years of a golden pearly shell broadcast service to the Cayman Islands community. 50 years over 6 decades, enriching the Cayman Islands community with entertainment and content covering inspiration, current affairs, news, CI historical and cultural enrichments, and a wider view of the world around us. Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's look at the weather forecast here. The forecast for the rest of the afternoon is calling for windy weather and fair this evening and into tonight. Winds are expected to be out of the northeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts, and seas are rough with wave heights of 6 to 8 feet, and that means small craft alert is in effect, so boaters take note of that. And the Proud of Them program recognizes young Caymanians who have made some impressive achievements, and joining me in the studio now to make sure that those nominated for the awards get their documentation in place is James Miles. He's the Youth Services Coordinator. Sorry. James, welcome back.
Thank you for having us. Because it's just me here, but I represent the team.
Okay. You got to have the team behind you, right?
Oh, yeah. If not, we get very little done.
And who is that team?
It starts with our head of unit, Miss Melanie Bryanwa. We have Camille Angel, who's a youth services coordinator like myself. Imani Abdul-Jabbar, Aliyah General, Abraham Parry, and Miss Anita Smith. That makes up the youth services unit.
So tell us about the beginnings of this program that recognizes young Caymanians for their achievements.
Okay. The very start of this was a conversation with Dr. Dalton Watler in 2007. It was right when we were recovering from Hurricane Ivan, and he wanted to try to find ways of bolstering national pride. And he said, you should put up billboards. And because he was the director of sports at the time, he said, about being proud of Cayman, being proud of your sport, and being proud of yourself and stuff. So, okay, that sounds good. So we started to do it around sports complexes and stuff with the reserve benches for the teams and stuff, and putting it on the back of those benches because we wasn't a billboard society.
Right.
So so it started that way, and then when we had a spate of murders in 2011, and then the narrative about our young people were always about the negatives, and little friction that went on, it captivated the news, and like we got far too many young people doing great things for our youth to have such negative press. So the National Youth Commission at the time said, what can we do about it? I said, well, this is something that Dalton and been doing for a few years now with sports, but what about doing it for academics and other areas other than sports, and what about putting it up on billboards? And at the time, we were getting ready for a census. So the census got permission to put up billboards promoting that census is coming, get yourself ready, expect this and stuff. So that kind of messaging was going on, like, we should just see if we could use their boards when they're done.
Yeah.
So
recycle.
Reuse. And so thank God we had a ministerial representative in Joel Francis who put the weight of the ministry behind the call, and because he also sat on the National Youth Commission at the time. And sure enough, ESO said, yeah, when we're done with it, man, we don't need it again for the next 10 years. So I said, well, we can use it every year until you need it, type of thing. And they said, that's fine, go ahead. And so we started out with those boards that census had up. And our first boards went up in 2013. So it was a few years of of dialogue and permissions and getting things done. But since then, we've been awarding outstanding young people, and they've continued to be outstanding citizens.
Do you think that's made a impact on how people look at young people? You know, the older generation. Because, I mean, I still hear some, you know, oh, young people these days, you know, they're doing this and doing that, instead of, you know, really looking at those that are, you know, making progress.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I guess those that are making progress kind of do so quietly, right?
Yeah, and I think far too quietly. and because of that, the good that they do is just flying below the radar at all times. So the good thing about this program is that from time to time, those that would not be recognized get some recognition. And it's above the table and everybody can see that there's outstanding contributions being made by these very humble young Caymanians who making a mark on the world.
Yeah. But what would you say has been the impact since the beginning to now?
Well, we've had some of our honorees share about being recognized was a turning point in their life. They didn't know that so much people were looking at them. That so much people looked up to them. You know, and until they got a billboard. And when they got a billboard, a lot of people would come forward and say, yeah, I see your billboard. I'm so proud of you because I always wanted to be like you. And when I become of age, I want to have my billboard right where you have your billboard. Where you had your billboard. And so when you hear those kind of stories from our alumni, it helps them to continue to stay the course of doing great stuff, because they know that people are looking to emulate their path towards success. So it keeps them grounded. Mm-hmm. And because a lot of them are very humble people, you're not going to see them come join me on the radio or nothing. They could just say, no, I just want to do what I got to do, and I could just keep on doing it for the love of doing it.
Yeah, sometimes among young people, too, being an academic is not the cool thing, right?
Yeah, but they can make it cool.
Yeah.
Right now, the academic can also spawn into you're a debate champion.
Yeah.
And that is very cool. Or that you're a STEM racing champion. And that is also very cool, because with STEM racing, they actually have to 3D print a miniature F1 race car, fit it with a CO2 cartridge to fire it down a racetrack, and they could get to compete against the world. So STEM racing is starting to take off in Cayman, and I'm glad for Miss Jean Sclaretta and her team at the Cayman Motoring Federation for bringing F1 into Cayman high schools. It's done at 29,000 high schools around the world, and we have 5 out of that 29,000 competing. So we're hoping, I think the national championships is coming up like next weekend at John Gray Gym. So if you're not busy, Saturday the 25th, go check them out.
So, I mean, that requires some kind of engineering acumen, right?
Yes. And teamwork and a lot of fine-tuning for you to be among the best. And right now, I think Cayman Brack High School is crushing it. They're doing it really well.
So tell us about how these people were nominated for their achievements.
Well, the appeal is always annually to all the public. So it's a public appeal to anyone can nominate a young Caymanian aged 10 to 25. Anyone in the public. And we had, like I said, we had a fantastic response. This is the most nominations we have ever had.
That's great.
We've had over 100 before, but it was like 105 or 110. Mm-hmm. This is 168. This is almost 300 nominations this selection committee has to comb through in the next few days. And we're hoping that they get to see all of the stories. And that's why I'm on the radio today. We want to close this loop by having all of the evidence from these 110 young people that has been nominated to be in front of the selection committee so they can hash it out to see which 15 will have a billboard and which 2 will be our rising stars.
So some of these nominees have been nominated and they may not be aware of it?
Yes, it's very possible that they're not aware of it. So we're asking nominators to reach out to them and say, please check your junk email and provide evidence for your nominations. I did it because I feel that you're an outstanding young Caymanian that need to be recognized for what you do. So if the nominees don't know, nominators, please get on to them. Let them know to check their email, check their junk mail, and try to complete this loop so they could be considered.
So what kind of things do they have to get into?
Evidence of whatever's been claimed. If you've been nominated for academics, we can need transcripts, we can need report cards, we can need any kind of honor societies that you have been a part of through academics. If you're a debate champion, if you're a STEM racing champion, or anything to do that you represent your school. Any evidence. Well, videos, pictures.
What are some of the other categories that people would nominate?
Sports. So any awards that you have, you can send in pictures of your medals and trophies if need to. Any of your news stories from the media, because chances are if you're a Carifta champion or if you're a world record holder, you can make the news, right? So you can send in those clippings as well. But chances are, if you're at that level, we kind of know that you have done certain things, then certain things were in the press. So it shouldn't be the point where the selection committee has to go and check your IG account or check your social media pages to see what your accomplishments are. Please send them in. If they want to make those kind of checks, it's just to see how you lead your life, because social media tells people how you lead your life.
Yeah.
So
so you do look at that.
When I was on the selection committee, we did, because we're establishing youth icons, we're establishing role models. So we do a social media check as well to make sure that we're promoting someone who promotes healthy lifestyles, someone that people can emulate in and out of their field.
So what's the deadline to get all of this in?
Saturday. Yep.
This Saturday coming.
That's it. At 11:59. So don't come Sunday morning.
Thanks to the internet, you can make that kind of exact deadline.
That's it.
Right?
If you come midnight, that Cinderella clock has been turned off, and it'll be considered for the next year, not this year. So please get them in. Get them in today. That way you don't gotta worry about trying to scramble around on Saturday evening or Saturday night. Get them in as soon as possible. If not, get on to your nominee and let them know to send their stuff in. And if they got to contact their parent, so be it.
Now, it's quite a wide range as far as ages.
Yes.
So I can see younger people in school, what they've done in school, athletics and so forth. What are some of in the 20s, what are they being nominated for?
Career and business. Those that, a lot of our older ones, they also get for academics because they go on to become lawyers and law school and those kind of law societies and stuff. But community service is where we see a lot of younger ones doing their thing as well by serving their community and taking note of it. A lot of them don't really take note of it until they reach high school because it's high school graduating criteria.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who are paying attention from primary, this young person is constantly giving back to their community from the time they're in primary school. Start to take note of it, because the 10 and 11-year-olds give just as much of their time towards learning, their time towards helping those that are younger than them. I've seen some 10-year-olds volunteering to be part of the mobile library, reading to 5-year-olds. It is something that librarians do. It is something that we as a society do, and it is something that needs to be done as a way of empowering our future generations. And I see 10-year-olds doing it. So why not be recognized for what you do? And if you've been doing that from the time you were 10 and you're now 14 and high school and still doing it, still giving up your time, still empowering the generation behind you, I think you deserve a billboard. Yes, I think so.
What kind of impact has the program done, or made, I should say, on the nominees themselves and those who are recognized, are put up on the billboard? How has that changed their life?
Well, I can speak to those who have been honored, but you ask how has it benefited the nominee? Those who have not been honored, it's difficult for us to track them because we don't really contact them afterwards. But if they was to put it on their resume that they were nominated for Proud of Them from 2018, 19, 20, that they were nominated all of these years, even though they didn't get it. Being nominated means somebody have taken notice of you, and it wasn't just your daddy or your mommy, or it wasn't me, myself. It was someone else in the community nominated me. And that in itself should be a means of making them feel proud of themselves. And have that impact that somebody for the last 8 years has been nominating me, even though I didn't get a billboard. But it's difficult for us to track down unless somebody take it upon themselves to coach young people to say, you've been nominated for the highest youth award in the country for the last 7 years, and you don't have that on your resume anywhere. But it requires a coaching mentality to say, listen, as a mentor, this is what's valuable to put on your answer, even if you say you have 0 work experience because you're still in school, but you have X amount of nominations for this level at community service, which means you're giving to your community.
It paints a picture of
a whole different picture for when you're looking to get hired or you're looking to get a scholarship. They can say, this is me.
And that's something, just because you mentioned that, I mean, resume writing is a kind of art in itself that young people need to be taught.
Yes.
I mean, some people are, I've run into young folks that they're sort of at a loss as to where to even begin with a resume, right?
Yeah, I think they don't know which picture is the best picture they're painting of themselves. Yeah. And I think this would help. And I want to take this time to shout out places like Inspire came on, the Wellness Center, who used to do Passport to Success, and those kind of stuff that help to prepare young people for the labor force and for other opportunities.
Mm-hmm. So what about those that have gotten their billboard? Mm-hmm. What was the impact on their life?
Oh, I had shared that some of them saying that it kept them in check because now they know that a lot of people were watching them. A lot of people is looking up to them. And a lot of young people that might be their niece or nephew that's saying, I want to be like Uncle Jamo. Right? So they are now starting to see this kind of stuff and they're like, yo, I got awarded 6 years ago. But because they can see my bio on the website, which is www.youthservices.ky/proud of them, you can go and you can read their stories. Or if they were most recently watch their video, the story that they try to to tell people in less than 3 minutes. We try to put as much in. You get to see and to feel these young people. And I think it's very important for us to continue to provide this avenue for young people. And that can only happen when the nominations are complete. So please get on to your nominee. Let them know that you nominated them. If they need any kind of reference letters or something, you could probably do that part for them. But all of the evidence of what you claimed to highlight them for, they need to supply for us before midnight.
Having your
on the 18th,
having your picture up on a billboard, and how long does it stay up?
1 year.
A year.
November
People
to
driving
November.
by and seeing you on there. I mean, that must give you a lot of confidence and inspire you to go on to do even bigger and better things, right?
Yeah. And I think because most of the honorees are so humble, they don't maximize on that either. But if they was to say, okay, I could take a photo with my billboard and continue to tell my story, the parts that I'm comfortable in sharing. Because if you hear some of the trials that they had to overcome and to remain positive and to still go ahead and set these outstanding marks in the world, you would want them to tell that story. But some not comfortable in telling the pain parts.
Yeah.
Not comfortable in being that vulnerable. So be still mindful of what it is you want to share. But we know. And the fact that we know, we kind of hold them in higher esteem than most people would, because they only see this part of the story that's being told. They didn't see the real trial. They didn't see the real losses. They haven't seen the real Goliath they had to kill.
I mean, those people who are recognized, though, have you seen them? I mean, I would think they go on in life. They grow up and be outstanding people in the community. They continue that kind of life.
Yes. We unfortunately lost one of our honorees to a car crash.
Yeah. But
besides that loss, all of them have gone on to do some great stuff. I'm thinking of trying to do a series of Where Are They Now?
Yeah, that would be great.
And just bring them in one at a time for them to share whatever they're doing now that they're comfortable in sharing. Because a lot of their stuff, very private stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They help people privately, quietly, and that's how they do their thing. And they don't really want nobody don't really need to know what I'm doing. I just help where help is needed. And I appreciate that, but let us inspire someone else to do the same.
But that would be great to follow up and see, where they've gone.
A lot of them are going on to do great stuff.
So we're coming down to the end of our segment here, but we want to make sure everybody gets that information.
Yes. So we want to close the nomination loop by having all the evidence submitted by 11:59 on Saturday night, the 18th. You can go to our youthservices.ky website, or you can email info.ysu@gov.ky, or call us at 943-1127 if you have any questions. But nominators, get on to your nominees. No more silent, anonymous nominations. You had to break the surprise so they can actually get a chance to be recognized.
You got to come with the receipts now.
Yeah. You got to show receipts. So encourage them to check their emails. Encourage them to check their junk mail and get back to the Youth Services Unit with the information that we need about them, so the nomination, the selection committee can really go over the nominations and choose our best for the billboards this year.
Mm-hmm. If perchance a young person doesn't have an internet connection or being able to upload those documents, can they bring them physically to some office? Or?
Yeah, our office is located at the Intergenerational Hub. It's right next to DHL behind Foster's Airport. Bring the evidence in. We can make copies and make it digital for the selection committee to go over. You can take pictures of your medals if that's what you have. And trophies, you just take pictures of them. And if you can send those in or bring them in so we can take photos of them for you.
So if you do it that way, you have to get there by Friday, I imagine.
Yes.
If you can bring it to the office.
Office, yes.
And that's, once again, where is that located?
131 McClendon Drive. It is right next door to DHL behind Foster's Airport store.
James Miles, thank you so much for coming in and making sure everybody gets their documentation in.
All right, thank you, Uncle Charlo.
It's a great program.
Right.
When I drive around and I see these billboards, and it's nice to see those fresh young faces up there.
Yeah.
And knowing that they've done something, that they have deserved that kind of recognition.
For sure, it's been significant. You might not know the full extent of the significance it have, but we'll see in the long run.
Have a good afternoon.
All right, you too, sir. And everybody else, have a great day.
We're going to take a break. Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
This April 25th, join Triple C School for a night of joy, celebration, and giving back. It's the Faith to Soar at 84 Celebration Gala at the Family Life Center on Academy Way, Georgetown. Seating starts at 6:30 p.m., so arrive early. Enjoy a delicious Cayman-style menu with fish, turtle, conch, chicken, and Cayman-style beef, plus all the trimmings. Be ready for amazing performances by the UCCA Performing Arts Ensembles, Triple C Band, and Choir. And don't miss your chance at spot prizes. Tickets are just $100. Smart casual attire. And all proceeds go towards the Triple C Scholarship Fund. Come celebrate 84 years of faith, community, and excellence. Because together, we soar. We soar.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from April 13 to 17 at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.porterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
The Cayman Islands Department of Tourism invites you to the 2026 Tourism Speak-Off on Wednesday, May 6 at Hotel Indigo from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Join us in supporting 4 brilliant young Caymanians as they compete in a tourism-themed debate to become the 2026 Tourism Ambassador and win incredible prizes. Contact us at competition@caymanislands.ky for more information on the event. Let's cheer on our Caymanian youth.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And you might have heard our friend in the BRAC, Raymond Scott, telling us about the number of tankers that are now passing through the Caribbean and Northwest Caribbean on their way to the U.S. Gulf Coast to get oil because, they can't go in through the Strait of Hormuz. So they're coming to the Gulf ports to get oil to transport back to Asia. And someone sent me this marine traffic, www.marinetraffic.com. And there's a lot of ships in this area right now, see if when you tap on one, like this one here. What is this? This is. See if I can bring it up here. Or how about that one? And it's not cooperating with me right now. There we go. The Sunrise Glory. Was it going to Houston? It's a oil and chemical tanker just off to the southwest, I guess, of Grand Cayman. But that's what he was talking about. All these ships. The traffic has picked up greatly here in the Northwest Caribbean, with more tankers going into Texas and places like that to pick up oil. And, hopefully there's a glimmer of hope here that from what I saw on the international news this morning, that there may be some progress, however little it may be, in the talks between the U.S. and Iran, and something may help to bring peace about. And if it goes on longer, of course, the more oil is going to stay at elevated heights, and that means the price of fuel is going to be higher for everybody internationally. So it doesn't matter. Oil is an international commodity, and it's not sold in isolation. So, and Raymond was telling us what a tanker is expected, and I think he said 2 weeks. So we'll see when that delivery is made what the price of gasoline is in the Cayman Islands. And another caller was talking about what people in the construction industry is paid, and it is hard work. And so I looked up. And this is the Cayman Contractors Association current official rates that they pay. It says the following are the current labor rates in CI dollars that are used by the Cayman Contractors Association. So a trainee, starting at the bottom is $6 to $8. And $6 to $8, laborer $9 to $13, and semi-skilled workers $10 to $13 an hour. And a carpenter, which is what we mentioned, we were talking about a skilled carpenter, that range is $13 to $16. And a lead carpenter, that is in the $16 to $19 range. So it might not make you wealthy, but I mean, you're working on a steady basis. You can certainly make a good payday on those rates, especially if you're skilled. Masons are $12 to $15. For the rest of the show, it's open line. No guest schedules. You can be my guest. So, pick up the phone. 1-800-534-8255. You can make that call courtesy of Flo. Toll free. You can also reach us at 949-8037 and 949-6990. If you'd like to call on WhatsApp, 925-3261. And looking here at going back to these rates, of course the big money is up project management, site supervisors. Site supervisor $24 to $30 an hour. Project manager $32 to $39 an hour. A foreman, $19 to $23 an hour. And someone is commenting on that. Charles, it is a fact that skilled labor is paying less today than it was in the 1990s. Really. Same thing within the hospitality industry. Lower wages now than 30 years ago. That can easily be fact-checked. All to do with the cheap imported labor, nothing more, nothing less. Okay. So I don't know how that compares with these rates here, from what you're saying. But let's see this other message here. Okay, that was an old message there. Good afternoon. Not sure when those CCA rates were issued, but actually hourly rates presently charged are 15 to 20% higher than those that I'm reading. Well, Anna, that's what they have on their website. Perhaps they haven't actually updated that recently. The one that makes me think that you might be correct is that the trainee, it says $6 to $8 an hour. So I don't know how they would be paying, below the minimum wage, because all that is less than minimum wage there, right? $6 certainly is well below the minimum wage now. So on one hand, we've got someone saying that the rates that I'm talking about are in general, not even the rates that I'm talking about. They're saying that what is being paid now in the construction industry is less than what it was in the 1990s, and someone else is saying that it's actually higher. 15 to 20% higher. But if you don't mind that kind of work, I mean, there is some money to be made in it. It's not easy work. And the more skill you have, of course, the better off you are. And that's the important thing of being able to try and upgrade yourself and have a skill that you can, make a decent living off of. But and the construction industry, from what we saw in another report here, continues to fuel the number of jobs that are available, and March was showing a lot of jobs being available in Cayman. There was actually a surge, and most of them in construction, which is indicative of just going. If you drive around, you see all the building going on. So the job market, as far as the number of jobs, it's in the construction field. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
This April, the Cayman Islands come alive. Capella Music Festival 2026 takes over Camana Bay Saturday, April 25th. T.I.
Ready to the checker flag, ready through the red light.
Robin Thicke.
We got the magic.
Adonia, Flushy Fire, Problem Child, Spencer Crandall, Nicotine Dolls, Ziggy Ziegler, DJ Stax, and more from 12 p.m. to midnight. Get your tickets now at CapellaMusicFestival.com.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit cineco.ky today. Cineco. Keeping Cayman covered.
You hear that the VEG program taking applications again? What that is? VEG, man! The Minister of Tourism's program that helping Caymanians create new tourism products and services.
Oh, I had heard about that, yeah. My friend was one of the successful applicants from the last round. I might apply for that still.
Nothing wrong, child. After you got great ideas for things tourists would love to buy, try so check out the website rcayman.ky/VEDGP for more information and apply.
I'm going to do that right now.
50 years of Cayman's Voice, the People's Station. Strong, dedicated, committed, where every story belongs. News, music, community events, and talk shows lighting the way. From Grand Cayman shores to the Brac standing tall. Little Cayman's heartbeat, we're here for them all. Radio Cayman, 50 years we stand. One people, 3 islands, broadcasting boldly into the future.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. That's what we want to know. What's on your mind? It's open line here for the rest of the show. We're going until 2:30, and you're welcome to pick up the phone and give me a shout. Let us know what's on your mind. What are you thinking about? What are you talking about to your neighbors? What's your concerns? Numbers to call, 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo. You can also call on 949-8037, 949-6990, or on WhatsApp, 925-3261. You can call us or leave us a message on WhatsApp. And if you need to get some things out of your yard, you've been, that old dryer that, cut out a few months ago, been out in the backyard or something, well, now's the time to try and get rid of it. The Department of Environmental Health, they're going to be having their annual bulk waste collection. It begins on May 4th. So make sure, clean up the yard, man. Get some of those big items that's been hanging around for a while. Get them out there and on the roadside in front of your house, and so that they can come and pick them up. We got a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, Chalo, come back again.
Yeah.
Boy, the numbers and things that you were reading, boy, that had sound good, but when I was out there, I never heard anything about them kind of wages being paid out there.
But I mean, that they're saying, well, I don't know, the website is saying that that's the current wages.
Yeah.
Now, we got people on the WhatsApp saying, no.
It's not so.
It's not so because we got, I guess, cheap foreign labor is what they were after. And then another WhatsApp messenger says, no, the current wages are like 15, 20% higher than what I'm reading off of the website.
Yeah, but Chalo, I made a mistake just so when I was talking about I've been going from out there for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that long. I left out there in 2022,
Okay.
I just didn't remember at that time.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, man. I just ran down a quick thing with you. The best and the most honest people that I have worked with in construction. First up would be Jimmy Powell.
Yeah.
Tommy Borden, Ranbun Christian. This was the days of Ranger construction. Make money, always made good money with Jimmy Powell, especially because everything Jimmy did in those days was contract. He will give little contracts on the job, and you could end up with maybe 100 hours for the week. So
that was a big payday.
In Cayman was much cheaper when we had by right. Yeah, man.
By right in Comart?
Yes, man. But Chalo, coming down from Ranger Construction, Halsfaltic and McAlpine was two, and Arch and Godfrey, three of the most honest construction companies that I work with here, besides Ranger Construction. Let me tell you, whatever government said you had to get your sick days and whatnot, they were paying it to you. At the end of the year, you were getting your 2 weeks pay plus your week's pay. That would have been 3 weeks pay. And if they want to have a party for you, well, that was their thing, right? But McAlpine, Halsfaltic, and Arch and Godfrey, I could always raise my hat to them, and they treated whoever worked with them, they treated them good, my friend. Most honest with them. But the most money I ever made in construction really was Ritz-Carlton. It's a place I could never forget when it came to making some money, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and being treated with respect. Yeah, man. So, like I tell you, really, it's just a couple of years that I come from out there, but I really don't know what's going on out there, but I know what I left there.
Yeah.
And today, you know, even if you're sick for a day or two, you really can't go back to that supervisor when you go back on that job and tell him that, you know, because he don't believe you.
But when you have given him notice, you would have given him notice like, I'm sick, I can't come in today, right?
Well, all of that is manners, and maybe some of that go on too. A man could call in sick. But chances are you're not going to get paid for it, especially when you're under a permit, my friend.
Yeah, I've had some one caller in particular talking about how people are cheated on construction sites, especially work permit holders.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it's not pretty. You understand? It's not pretty, Chalo. And boy, I don't want to talk no more about this. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too deep in this, guys.
It upsets you?
Chalo.
You get upset?
Yeah. Well, when I was out there, Chalo, when something bothered me on them job sites there, I go into the office. And I talking for me.
Yeah.
And if I had to get paid, they were going to pay me too, or else I taken them labor board. Straight. I never did to joke with them, man. Trust me. But I've met a lot of permit holders out there who would like to, but they're afraid to go forward as well. I know all of this, man. Anyway, Chalo, have a good afternoon, man. I don't want to talk more about this.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, man, later.
You take care.
Yeah, man, good.
Yeah, he was talking about the construction firms that he has worked for and, was treated right. But, yeah, there's stories that are not that positive about how people were treated in construction. I remember one caller in particular, saying how he is Caymanian, but he was working along with a lot of, work permit holders, and the pension was not being handled correctly. The pension wasn't being paid in, and but he kept track of his, and eventually went to, I guess, the labor office, and he showed his receipts, all his pay, and what his pension should have been, and they had to pay up. But the work permit guys, they didn't want to do that. He told them they should do the same thing, but they were more concerned about just keeping the job. They were afraid that if they complained to the Labor and Pensions Office, that they were going to lose their jobs. So they would not budge as far as, complaining. But he went and he recovered what was rightfully his, because the pensions weren't being paid, and that's something when if your pay is being deducted and it's not being paid in, well, I guess you could say that's stealing, right? I mean, you're deducting from someone's pay and not applying it to a pension. But there's a lot of different stories out there, like what our caller there was just talking about. You get so many sick days a year, paid sick days, and there are people who would try to deny you that. He said, well, if you're sick, you don't get paid, and they're just hoping that people will take that. But if that ever happens to anyone out there that is listening, I mean, go to the Labor and Pensions Office, because everyone who is working is entitled to, was it 10 sick days, 10 paid sick days a year? And if you are denied that, then the employer is in violation of the labor laws. And I mean, what kind of person does that anyway? It is only right that a person would be able, if they are sick, to still get pay within those 10 days. But I guess there are unscrupulous people that they try and take advantage of anyone that they can, and try to take advantage of people's lack of knowledge. Now, that's something that is a despicable act in itself. When you take advantage of someone's lack of knowledge of what the law is and deny them benefits that they should have. To deliberately do that, how do you live with yourself to know that you're denying people the benefits that they are legally due? Yeah, I guess it helps you to not have to put out money that you're supposed to be putting out if you're going to be in business. You can hold back, and I guess if you got 15 guys working for you and you can deny 15 of those people, pension or sick days, it adds up, right? But what kind of person does that? It's 2:00. Time to see what's making headlines.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service says the first phase of its 2026 road safety campaign, Operation Clyro, has wrapped up after being extended through Sunday. Officers carried out over 1,000 prosecutions, including around 550 for speeding, more than 180 for licensing or registration issues, and over 230 for illegal tint. Inspector Audrey Tahal says speeding remains a leading factor in serious collisions. In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump has warned he will fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell if Powell does not leave when his term expires on May 15th. In an interview with Fox Business, Trump said he has, quote, held back firing him, end quote, but would act if Powell stays on until his nominated successor, Kevin Warsh, is confirmed by the Senate. Powell has said that if Warsh is not confirmed in time, he plans to remain temporarily as allowed by law. In other news, BlackRock is calling on investors to diversify their hedge fund exposure as market swings accelerate. In its spring hedge fund outlook released today, the world's largest asset manager says artificial intelligence and geopolitical disruption are increasing the speed of price moves, creating winners and losers at different times. BlackRock says investors should demand clarity on what really drives hedge fund returns, stress test how these funds behave alongside the rest of their portfolio, and watch closely for correlated risks. Global hedge funds have just suffered their worst monthly drawdowns in more than 4 years, as volatility linked to the Iran war hit stocks and bonds. BlackRock adds that former safe havens like long-dated bonds and gold have not worked this year as they once did. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and taking a quick look at the weather. It's 83 degrees in Georgetown. It feels like 86. The wind out of the east-northeast at about 16 knots, and the forecast calls for a windy afternoon, but fair this evening and fair tonight. Boaters, take note. A small craft alert is in effect. Seas are rough, with wave heights of 16 to 8 feet, and winds out of the northeast at 15 to 20 knots with a higher gust. So you watch out you get bounced around out there. And taking a look at the radar, don't see any rain in the Cayman Islands in our general vicinity. Over the Sister Islands, yeah, all clear over there as far as of rain. So a nice afternoon, a windy, nice afternoon in the Cayman Islands. Another day in paradise. Where else would you want to live, right? Well, we're coming down to the last 25 minutes here, coming into the home stretch. Still looking to hear from people about, how they think the government has done. And, it's almost a year since they have been in governance now. How do you think they've done in that time? 1-800-534-8255 is a toll-free number you can call, courtesy of Flow. And other numbers, 949-8037 or 949-6990, or you can call on the WhatsApp 925-3261. And a little story caught my eye here in the Compass. It's headlined "Life on an Oil Rig: A Modern Version of Caymanian Seafaring." That's interesting evolution, going from sailing on oil tankers to I guess working and living on oil rigs. And it's about a guy by the name of Paul Trahan. He's a Caymanian American, a Caymerican. I guess he has family out of West Bay. His mother is Naomi Christian from West Bay. His father out of Louisiana. You find a lot of people of Caymanian heritage out of Louisiana, right? And he was comparing it to how his forefathers sailed the seas, and he's kind of doing the same thing being on an oil rig, and you still have to weather the bad storms and things like that while you're out there. So that's a interesting kind of evolvement there. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello? Are you there?
Am I there?
Yes,
Are you there?
you're I'm here, and you're here now.
Okay. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
You call and in on what's on your mind?
Yeah.
Well, what's on my mind is that building that is going up across from Baytown.
Is this the Hyatt one? Is that?
I wouldn't know Hyatt and Regencies, but I know it's the building that everyone is complaining about.
Okay. This is the one right after you pass the wharf. If you're going out of town and you pass the wharf and
across from Baytown Plaza.
Okay.
KFC.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Okay. I heard from two people 3 days ago about the condition of the inside working into the basement, that people are fainting away from the heat.
Mm.
And the contractor will refuse to let them up out of the basement. And ambulance had to take a couple of workers that were not permitted to come up when they were fainting. And I said, that's highly irregular.
I would think.
Yeah, you would think. Anywhere else in the world, it's against the law. If a person dies...
No, I'm sure that's against the law here, too. There must be.
Well, who's minding the law? I mean,
Well, I mean, somebody has to go. Somebody has to go and make a complaint.
I see. Well, like I say, people on permit do not make complaints. They die or they get deported.
Or fired, right?
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Or die. All jokes aside, it's been going on since they've been building. Then now they're into the basement, putting up a lot of cupboards and extreme heat and no ventilations in the basement.
I mean, you your sources on this are, as we would say, reliable
My
sources?
sources are correct, or I will not be calling you.
Okay.
I am a person of communication to the FACT. I've been that way for 40 years with government.
I hear you.
And I don't call in against people, and I don't call in for people because I am a retired civil servant.
Okay.
But I am not mentioning any names, but my source was there on the spot when it occurred.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, darling. Have a good day.
You too. You take care. Thanks for the call.
Should I hear any comment?
Well, I mean, that sort of thing is not allowed. I mean, that it's dangerous. Like you say, the ambulance had to be called, according to you. I mean, when it gets to that, when it gets to that point, you're putting people's lives in danger. I mean, and I'm certain that there's laws in place here in Cayman that you cannot make a person work under dangerous conditions.
Oh.
I mean, it has to be.
Where have you been living?
I'm not saying that it's enforced, but it's somewhere. I'm sure if we try and read the labor law, you can't put people in a position where, their health is being affected. I mean,
well, that's only one place, and another place was in Bodden Town, where the one worker on permit had a heart attack. He's doing good now, but he was only 61, and he was rushed to Health City, and they did save his life. But that's here or there. I'm just talking about the building that I am aware of.
Yeah. But I mean, somebody has to report these kind of things, right? I mean, it's just like if somebody comes and breaks into your house, the police aren't going to know about it unless you call and say, somebody broke into my house.
Right on.
So somebody there has to report this to the appropriate authority.
Well, you have only foreigners on permits in that building.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I understand that scenario too.
Yep, you're on the same page, and I just needed to get that off my mind.
Okay, well, I appreciate it.
So do I. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Okay.
I think we have another caller there. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You called in time today.
Really? Yeah, I want to continue my conversation. Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. We was talking about the new police location, and
yeah,
I see a lot of cars parked up in the parking lot already. They're moving fast. They're moving. I'm very curious to know if Cable Wireless came out that building completely, because that's where they got their telephone lines and so forth in there, and when you go in there working, all you can hear is tick, 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 tick when the call is going out, and I don't know if it's coming in, do it too. I used to work in there at one point in time, But I would like to know how many floors are there. Right? I'm not even sure. I think he was on the second floor or so, and he was up there one time, cross training many years ago. But to know that the police department gone in there, I just hope that it's not something that's going to outgrow very fast the size of the building, knowing that we don't know if Cable Wireless is moving up there completely. I call it Cable Wireless, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Cable Wireless is moving up completely and giving the whole building to government, And I'll say it before and I'll say it again, and I just hope to my God that they are not renting. I'm hoping that they will purchase that building, and I'm hoping that it is sufficient in size and it doesn't outgrow too quickly with the amount of officers and, so forth. And,
well, it's a big building.
Yes, and I'm just hoping that they have the whole building, but I I doubt very much, but we'll just have to wait and see. And I'm just appalled to know that government just keep sitting and more and how is thinking more in renting than in purchasing.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on that yet. I know you brought that up the other day.
Yes, yes, and we don't know if it's being rented or if it has been purchased. And we as the voters of this island, we have the right to know where our money is going. It's our money.
Well, you can find out.
Well, I'm not going to go and dig up anything. It'll come out eventually. I'm not going to go do no research. I got better things to do.
Freedom of information.
Yeah, I'm not got time for all of that, but I don't. I'm not here trying to bring the government down or the police department to a degree that they should not have a proper building to be in. They need to be in a proper building.
Yeah, they needed a building for sure.
Yeah, they do need a building, and have you heard what's going to happen to the building? What are they going to do with that property across from Godfrey's, the old police station?
I understand that's condemned.
That? Well, it looks like nothing is going on there, but there's a lot of parking going on there.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, if it's condemned, I imagine it's going to be knocked down. That's an old building.
That can't stay there. That needs to go. But is that property, belongs to government or that lease too?
Well, you mean the old police station?
Yes, is that government property?
I think it is. I think it is.
It belongs to the government?
I think.
Well, I hope so, because a lot of visitors want to know why is it that so much investing is going on in the island, and government is not trying to be a part of it, because you can't go into the man country and build up the man country, and the government don't not no part of it no more than collecting the what you call it there
the fees,
duties, the stamp duties, the stamp duties, and the so forth. But in the glass house, you can't hear what's going to happen to that.
I haven't heard a thing. I mean, I guess we've all been wondering what is going to happen to that now for how many years?
Yes, Mr. Glidden, if they had taken one team out of that building in the last 20 odd years, that building would be able to be restored and be used. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's just sitting there as a so right. And they're saying now that that's the only glass house in the Caribbean islands, which is good to know. But if you don't have any, if you're not going to serve any purpose, we need to decide what we're going to do with it. I would hate like hell to see it go down. I wish it could just be cleaned up and try to use it for something useful, for the people of the island. Because every time that we're having something in this island, we got to go and park up in one of the newest hotels on the 7 Mile stretch and injecting money into them. And we have nothing of our own to say, we got our own hotel, or we got our own decent civic center, or a nice hall or whatever to go and have functions. It's always highfalutin at these hotels on the 7 Mile, feeding their pocket when they 95% got free concession.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't understand it. But Mr. Glidden, I want to ask you. You see these guys that doing the deep wells throughout the island?
Yeah.
With those trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that water that they're pumping up out of the ground, they're digging that hole, they're supposed to have a machine to suck that water up at the same time that they are pulling it up out of the ground. Because to drive in that and to smell that and have that hanging around for so many hours of the day, I think that someone needs to look into that and bring some clarity to that situation, because it's not very nice to know that we have these deep wells digging throughout the island, and this pool of water is all over the place.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, because I know this was a few years ago, but I think it was on Portland. You know where I'm talking about? Portland, that road that connects Industrial Park over to...
Yes, sir.
And there was somebody digging a deep well along that road, and the whole road got flooded.
Yes.
I mean, flooded. You could not see the road surface.
They came up in Newlands and dig a deep well in the front of my house. And if you saw the water, it was unbelievable. And it smells.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they got all these sandbags. They must have got about 300 sandbags. Can you imagine them little guys picking them sandbags up all day long and throwing them on the back of that truck? Picking up, putting down, picking up, putting down. I understand that water can be stopped while they are trying to dig those deep wells. And I really believe that environmental health or whoever should look into that, because that's a disgrace and to the island. You shouldn't have to drive your vehicle, or you shouldn't have to be living where they're digging deep wells and smelling that water.
Yeah, they should be responsible for controlling that.
They need to be responsible. I got more to talk about, but I'm quite sure someone's trying to call you. I'll catch you later. Bye.
All right. You take care. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
And I guess let's get our final break in here before we have to say goodbye. Be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Did you know the MMR vaccine protects children against measles, mumps, and rubella, 3 highly contagious viral diseases? Measles can cause serious complications such as pneumonia and brain inflammation. Under the updated National Immunization Schedule, the first dose of MMR vaccine will now be given at 12 months instead of 15 months, providing earlier protection for children. Vaccination trains the immune system to fight infections, keeping family and communities healthy. Ask your healthcare provider about the updated schedule today. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Environment and Sustainability and the Public Health Department.
Freedom, Cayman Rack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
This April, experience more than fashion. Experience culture, creativity, and community. Cayman In Style Fashion Week 2026 returns April 23rd to the 26th. A 4-day celebration of innovation, wellness, and global excellence. From the Global Fashion Summit to the Bridal Couture Exhibition, runway shows, and the Trailblazer Awards Gala, where ideas, talent, and opportunity meet. Supporting youth through the Creative Fashion School and sustainability through Protect Our Future. Get your tickets now at CaymanInStyleFashionWeek.com. Cayman In Style Fashion Week 2026, where culture meets creativity.
One of my favorite memories listening to Radio Cayman over in the BRAC was during hurricane season, waiting for the updated storm coordinates to be able to track it on the map. So I would be either by the radio or by the map, me or my dad. Whoever was closest to the radio would shout out the coordinates and the other person would mark it down on the map, and then we'd both take a look and see where we predicted the storm to be moving and how quickly it would get to the BRAC or how close it would come to the BRAC. It's one of my favorite memories. Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Got a couple of WhatsApp messages here, and we're talking about the rates and construction, what is published on the Cayman Islands contractors website. And this WhatsApp message says, "Yeah, Chalo, try winning a contract with those rates, especially if you're an entrepreneur in that business. It's a dog-eat-dog business, a lot of undercutting and scalp pricing. It isn't as cut and dry as it sounds." Yeah, I guess you put in a contract, they're trying to get the lowest bid to win it, and then you have to try and go out and get the cheapest labor you can to carry out that, complete that contract, right? And this was the same person who was talking about that the real rates, the rates in effect now out there in the present market is 15% higher than those that are published. He's saying, just hired a skilled Finnish carpenter at a considerate cost of $30 per hour. Yeah, that is a pretty good pay, right? $30 an hour. And with all the construction going on, I guess that kind of labor is at a premium. And another one, we were talking about people not being given their full allotment of sick days, paid sick days. Regarding the 10 sick days, it's important to stress that you get paid for up to 10 genuine sick days. More than 3 days requires a doctor's certificate. The sick days aren't cumulative. Some employees believe that if they are not used, then the money or the days should be added to vacation. That's not how it works. Yeah, that's not how it works at all. The sick days are there in case you get sick, and they don't accumulate. You don't carry them forward, or it's not a case of if you don't use the sick days that then you get the value of those sick days in a paycheck. No. They're there for when you get sick. That's why they're called sick days. And, I know there's people who says, well, the year's almost over, and, I still got 7 sick days left. Let me use them. We know that happens, right? You don't want to waste the sick days. So, you call in sick because, you still got 7. It's like, it's October or November, and you still got 7 sick days. So you try and use them. That's from the employee's point of view. But this business of people thinking that they accumulate or you can carry them over into the next year, no, that doesn't happen at all. And got another caller. Let's get him in here before we run out of time. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing okay. Did I hear you say that a Finnish carpenter is like $30 an hour?
Well, this messenger here said that he just hired a Finnish carpenter at $30 an hour.
Wow. I mean, that was my profession for many years.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a ripoff, my friend. I know things are expensive, but if you're going to pay somebody $30 an hour, I think you could probably get a doctor to work cheaper than that. I mean, that is outrageous. This is what's happening in Cayman. You see, no control. Everything is haywire, let go, and nobody has a control of what's happening.
Well, I guess it's also the demand, the amount of building that is going on. They can kind of call their price.
Right, but there should not be that amount of construction going on, full stop. You should have a limitation, annual limitation of how much construction goes on in your island. Haven't said that, but that encouraged me so much to get back into construction. Oh, my God. I mean, that is...
Yeah, you can make $30 an hour, man.
Yeah. We'll talk some more. I know my time is up, so have a good evening, man.
Hey, good to hear from you. Take care. Yeah, when a lot of construction is going on and you need a carpenter, especially if the guy's independent or something, they kind of could name their price, right? You want me to come work for you? Okay, I come for $30 an hour because I got these guys waiting over here. they'll pay me $30 an hour. That's how it goes, demand for labor. It is 2:30, and that brings us to the close of Talk Today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for calling in and sending in your messages. Always good to hear from you. And besides, I needed some company in here today, right? Well, take care. Have a good afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Mic check.